Right, one of my big dislikes about this bike is the fact that although Ducati think it's an improvement, they move the reservoirs in over to protect them if the bike falls over. However, if you have a tank bag on, you can't do that. That's as much as you can go to this side, as much as you can go to that side. So Ducati, in their ultimate wisdom, have decided they can sell a relocating kit which moves the reservoirs back out to where I think probably the 950 was. And that's just a couple of brackets, a couple of Allen bolts, a couple of bits of rubber, and some grommets. No instructions, but I'm pretty sure they're easy to fit. So that's our job for today, using the Ducati relocating kit, which means I can then use this very nice Gibbey tank bag with full movement of the handlebars. Okay, so I've finally managed to find some instructions. To be honest, not very good, but I'm really glad I did, because one of these rubber hoses is slightly longer than the other one, and I found out the longer one goes on this side with this bracket with the extra hole in it. So before we start anything, we need to empty the brake fluid out of the reservoir. So lots of towels down, lots of pads. There's two ways: you could pump it all the way out or suck it out. We'll just suck it out for now. So 2 screws at the top of the reservoir lid. And you have the plastic. And then you have a rubber seal. Put them somewhere safe. And then we'll just suck this out into an old container. At the end of this, we are going to have to bleed the brake, so you could quite easily just pump it out. I think this is slightly quicker. Okay. Right, so I've just put the lid back on, just to keep that clean. Next is to take off the wing mirror. Oh, let's stiff that. I wonder if it's a reverse thread. Yeah. It's worth remembering. Reverse thread. Do this side first because it looks the easiest. Okay. Right, just to make it a little bit easier and better for the video, we'll take these hand guards off. The instructions don't actually say you have to do that, but I think it'll make the video a bit simpler, the job a bit simpler. There's a screw there as well. And one of the handlebar clamps, well actually both handlebar clamps, part of the handlebar support. One. Oh, don't lose those, do we? We don't want to drop all this on the bodywork, so we'll just support that. 2. The wires are still clipped on for the reservoir, for the indicator. We'll just take the Evotech handlebars off for now. Right, so we've got a clip at the bottom of the reservoir, a clip at the bottom of the hose pipe as it goes into the master cylinder. This is going to have a bit of fluid in. Not much I can really do about that. So some of it is going to drip out. Right. So we'll just over a clip off. That's done. And hopefully this hose pipe will just come off with a little bit of precision and not too much fluid everywhere. Right, we're nearly off there. Right. That's not too bad. I think what we'll do is we'll just fit this reservoir to the new bracket. It can only go one way because there's a pin. So it's got to go like that. There's a little locking washer. And then the nut. Right. I'd advise doing this on the workbench rather than over the bike. Time to put the new hose on. Nice, that's untight. Now little hose clips. Right. So we fitted the new bracket. We can take the old hose off now. We can use this on there. Right. So it comes back over. So I'll just push that onto there. I think those could run with being a bit longer. Oh no, it rotates a little bit. So this little plastic that goes into the actual cylinder itself just rotates a little bit. Gives you a bit more space on there because this mounts to a different place now. Right, I'm happy about that. We'll just put this clip on. Oh, we'll just have to get the pliers again. There we go. Right, that nips on. That fits onto there. So everything's in place. You get a new, slightly longer Allen bolt in the kit. So, if we're happy, we'll just snip that into place. Like that. We'll tighten these two up next. Like I said before, we only actually did these to make it a bit easier. You probably don't need to do it at all. Right, take the cap back off. Again, put that somewhere safe. Right, I must admit, I'm not very happy about that. It's very flimsy. If we just try that. Yeah, it clears everything okay. So, .4, brand new. Brand new bottle. Well, I've got to open it. Okay. We fill up to the max. because we're now going to bleed it, we'll use this bleed point here. Get our rubber hose securely on. Now our hose into our waste bottle. 8mm spanner for the bleed nipple. Do that gently. Pump a bit out. Get all the bubbles out. Full strokes. Almost there. The big bubbles have gone. You can feel that's getting harder anyway. Right. Holding the brake on, we'll just nip that up. How's that feel? Pretty tight. So that's this master cylinder bled of any air. I'll top it back up. I won't show you, but I'm going to bleed the full system through the brake calipers on the front wheel. But for the rest of the video, what I'll do now is I'll just top this up and fit everything back again. So we've bled the brakes fully. We've got a good action on the lever, so there's no air in this. Put everything back together now. We have our Evotech handlebar guards, which are pretty straightforward really. I've done the same with these. I'll just do them loosely for now. Okay, I'll put a washer on there. We're nice and clear of the brake pipes. So next, fill it out. So again, remember, it's the wrong way around. Do not, whatever you do, force it. Because if it doesn't go in easy, it's going to cross thread. There we go. Again, just nip it for now. We clear there. All looks good. Can't see any leaks anywhere. Right, well, turn it all up. Obviously, we'll have to adjust the mirror when we've done everything. Right, so that's the right-hand side done. Pretty simple. The instructions are not very good, but I think this video will help a lot of people. So if we look at it now, fully clears the screen, albeit only just. But yeah, we've got full lock again. And this is well out of the way now of any tank bag. So, next side. Right, the first thing we'll do is we'll empty this reservoir. I do advise wearing gloves, obviously. Should always wear gloves. Put the lid back on, keep it clean. I think we'll undo that next. Okay. Keep that together. Wing mirror next. Right, this should be the normal way. Yeah. Lefty loosey. Out the way somewhere safe. Next, the Evotech handguard. And looking at this, you probably don't need to take this guard off at all really, but it just makes things a lot easier. So this is the old screw. Remember, we've got a slightly longer bolt to go in. Okay, so I've put the new rubber mount into the new bracket. I think we'll actually just fit this one first. There's the new Allen bolt. Snap that up. Same again, we'll take this hose off, get the new one on, just pull this off. And there's the hose off there. Need to keep that, obviously we don't need the old bracket. Put that somewhere safe. We're just pushing and pulling at the same time. Get that out of the way quickly. And push this on. So we don't lose any more. Actually, it comes this side of the brake hose, doesn't it? And then you can see that just swings around a little bit. Again, it's very tight. Nice. Just put our little spring clips back on. One at the top. So reservoir on. There we go. So this then comes round like that. Yeah, looks fine. Nice. Oh, there's a bit of a kink in that hose, so we'll just spin that round in the cylinder. I don't know if you can say that or not, but just like the other side, this does spin round a little bit. A little bit too much in there. I'll just put this cap on for now. And then the same as the other side, we'll just bleed this cylinder. Put our hose on. An 8mm just to break off that lead. See the air. Some big air bubbles at first, and now there's nothing. One more. Holding it in. Just nip that up. Try it for feel. Don't know if you hear that, but you can definitely feel something there. Let's see if we get all this fluid out into the bottle. All right, topped up. Just put the caps back on. So I might just give that a little bit of a wipe down. All right. That's it done. Stick them on. Stick the mirror on. Oh, we're laughing. Finish off with the handlebar bar end. That's it. Job's a good one. So with the tank bag on, we've now got loads of movement on the handlebars. Pretty much full lock again. The reservoirs aren't hitting the screen. So I'm really pleased with the final result. If you found it useful at all, please give me a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel to see more on the bike and when we go touring. But for now, I'm Happy Chappy and I'll see you on the next video.